This is grandfather. Now, I want you to take a look at this position, alright? This. Can you see that? I'm going to move the hands around a little bit here. In hopes you can see that. Alright. Now, there's a reason I'm giving you that hand position. There will be times throughout the end of this year and in the very early part of next year, 2013, all right, that you will feel completely out of balance, all right? You will not be sure about the past. You'll not be sure about the future. And the only place where you can reach a certain amount of comfort will be the present moment. Now, a lot of you don't know how to feel into the present moment. When Robbie wants to be in the present moment, he just does this. He puts his hands up, see, like that, in front of the eyes, and it brings him right into the present moment. If that works for some of you, then go ahead and do it. But if it doesn't do anything for you, then put your hands in that position, and you can hold them anywhere you want to, but look at them. All right? It will help you to come into the present moment. Now, there's a reason why I'm underlining that. And it's not just about manifesting from the present moment, which is a very good thing. Rather, for most of you, all right? But it is about this. As you move along between dimensions, as I've said that before, okay, you will find that there'll be moments when you can barely remember the past at all, even if it was just yesterday. Or if you can remember what you did yesterday, it will seem like days, or even weeks or months ago. When you get that feeling, and many of you have already had it, but if you haven't had that feeling and you get it for the first time, it is very disconcerting. Don't feel like you're crazy or there's something wrong with you. This is happening for everybody. Not everybody remembers it all the time. Not surprisingly. But it does happen. There's another thing. Maybe you've been making plans for the future. And you have it all mapped out. Not that it necessarily would go exactly the way you have it mapped out, but you have it all mapped out in your mind. And you wake up one morning, and you have the general feeling that there was something you wanted to do in the future, but it is completely gone. Again, you're not losing your mind. This has to do with moving between dimensions. As I've said before, you are all moving between the third and the fourth dimension while you are alive on the planet. Some of the animals can't do that. All right? They came in to be in the third dimension, or they'll be back in the fourth dimension. But they can't do the shift between the third and the fourth because it's not in their souls. It's not why they're here. So if you see hundreds of thousands of animals leaving now, as you've been seeing, that's why. Some of them, of course, you might say just don't feel welcome. Well, that's another way of putting it. Okay? And others are offended at the way they, or other beings they know, have been treated, such as in the case of overfishing, for example. But I've mentioned that before. So, not to pick on fishermen. People have to eat. I understand that. So, this is the issue. Because you, as the human race on Earth, are moving between these dimensions sometimes. And it isn't just like if you're at this point or if you're at that point. Just sometimes, from time to time, it will happen that you will not be able to remember the past and you will not be able to remember your future plans. So if you put your hands in that position and look at your hands, your fingers in that position, It will help you to not only be in the present moment, but it will help you to feel comfortable in the present moment and be reassured that that present moment is much safer for you than the past you've already lived or the future you've planned for. That's all I'm going to say about that now. I just want you to understand that this is an anomaly that will be strongly present for the rest of this year, and it will be a little bit present, not anywhere near as much, during the first month or two of 2013. And then you won't notice it for a long time yet, but it will happen again. So, try to take a photo of your hands in that position and make a note of what that photo is for. Just say underneath the photo, to be in the present moment and to be reassured that I am safe. Now that last part is pretty important, because even if you're not safe, you're living a dangerous life or something, or you're in a war zone or anything like that, if you can ascribe to that hand position a feeling of safety, it will tend to bring in a safer existence for you in your life, physically. That's a little bonus for you today. Good life.